All
It was
right.
nice.
Welcome back for a long time no see. I don't even think the last episode's up yet, but that's all right. I do have it in the folder, so I feel like that's a good start for all these episodes. Here recently has just been, guys, sorry we're late again. But you know what? It's all right. It is all good. It's the fact that we have the video now. Just the last episode took me forever to watch it all the way through because I do remember there being parts that needed to be cut out. And so whenever I actually had to go back and watch it took me a while to go and watch it for some reason. And I don't know why, because I've been home. And actually, no, I really haven't been home. I've been out and about on the road, which I guess gives us a lot to talk about. But I'll start us off with a good old, how you doing today, big dog?
I'm good, man. I don't even remember the last time that I don't even remember what we talked about.
It was, dude, it's been so long ago. I can actually tell you, we talked about, I just listened to the episode. I should be able to tell you exactly what we talked about. We talked about Mel Gibson. He came up a little bit. Talked about The Sound of Freedom. We talked a little bit about conspiracy. We talked a little bit about um, just general catch up, I think. It actually, listening back to it, I think after I got done with it, I didn't think it was going to be that good of an episode. And then I listened back and I had a few little bit of some slight chuckles,
Yeah.
some wry smiles, some off to the side, some quick one of those. But I feel like we have a lot to catch up on. Would you like to start in on anything before I start being a rambling man?
Um. Yes. You're
Let's
gonna be
hear about it.
disappointed though.
I mean, I pretty much prepare myself just about any time we do a podcast for you to tell me something that might disappoint me. Just because I feel like you, or not, goes for both of us, honestly. We typically in each of these episodes state a claim that we're going to either do something, start doing something. We're going to make a life change of some sort. And I feel like there's going to be a change that you decided to make that you're going back on, or a new change that goes back on an old habit of sorts.
Okay, so you're gonna love this one then.
Okay, then I'm ready.
There's a good explanation behind it though.
All right.
Um. So I have put a pause on the running.
Oh, that's okay, dude. I thought this was gonna
Yeah.
be for a second. I thought you were about to say you were putting a pause on the food truck, and I was like, "Did you just blue ball everybody?" I was like, "You're
No.
basically
No.
almost there. You got the hours, you got the menu. By the way, your shit's looking good. By the way,
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I got to give you some props on that. I don't know. We'll give a quick little. That'll be our first sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Waffles on Wheels
Let's
of Conway,
go.
Arkansas. I don't know when it's gonna open, but when that shit opens,
I don't
go ahead
either.
and get your ass
Yeah.
there, dude. Get yourself some waffles. The hours are wonderful. You can be in the breakfast time, in the PM, whenever you're craving a little bit of late night breakfast. But go ahead. So why are we pausing the running?
So revelation occurred to me, or I had a revelation, or an epiphany, if you will. When I was at I had suspicions leading up to the beach, but the beach kind of like set it in stone for me.
Really drove it
Um,
home.
yeah. So do you remember when I was telling you, like when I was running, like my stomach would bother me real bad?
Yes,
You
correct.
remember that? Okay.
Yes.
So I started thinking back to um when I would run and like like I would eat like carbs and kind of like carb load a little bit, but it was usually like a lot of like pasta or something like that, right? Well, anyway, fast forward not a whole lot, but just a little bit, and then I would have like pizza and stuff, and dude, like my stomach, bro, like it was awful, right? And so I was kind of tossing around the idea like, oh, like maybe I like, developed like a gluten allergy, like maybe it's wheat, maybe it's like milk, like whatever. And so I was kind of playing around with foods like in the background, and like um it's not wheat and it's not milk, so it's got to be gluten, I think. And so I think I've developed a gluten intolerance, or it's like sensitivity, I guess, which really sucks because um
Gluten's in just about everything. That's
everything.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I was at the beach, long story short, so I was still running. I got to the beach, I was still running, but I literally lost like 5 pounds while I was at the beach.
No way.
So yeah, in a week.
I
So
think
I was
that's
kind of like,
pretty normal though. Well, I guess you don't eat a lot of seafood though, do you? Unless you changed
no,
your ways.
no, it was literally just like, if you want to be honest, like, so I lost 5 pounds, but I was not watching what I was eating. I was just eating like just whatever, right? Like pizza and like sandwiches and like stuff like that. But dude, like my stomach was like so fucked up the entire time I was there. I lost like 5 pounds. And anyway, so kind of put a pause to that till I figure out what the fuck is going on with that. I need to go to a doctor. But
You might
um
be what they call a celiac.
yeah, I could be. I mean, well, I
Triggers
don't
immune
know.
system activity that damages the lining of the small intestine. Over time, this damage prevents the absorption of nutrients from food. But it
Sick.
does say that celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder. I feel like you would definitely know if you had that, right?
Yeah, I'm really hoping I don't have that. I'm hoping it's just like a sensitivity to something, or
I
I don't
have
know.
heard though that people who can't like that find out that the that gluten messes with them when they cut it out, their life goes like full 180. They feel amazing.
So I'm trying to cut it out right now, and
You
so
can
I'm
only
trying
eat
to like,
great things,
yeah, like meats and like,
eggs and vegetables and
yeah,
fruits.
eggs, vegetables, fruit. Like it's like
You can go low
pretty much
fat
like a,
dairy. You're fine. You're gonna be
yeah.
okay, brother.
Oh yeah, no. I have faith. I have hope, but I was kind of thinking while I was at the beach. I was like, I think I need to figure this shit out before I get back on that running train or whatever. Because like you got to be
Yeah,
able
you
to
don't want to
keep
hurt
your
yourself.
weight. Yeah, you got to be able to keep your weight, and I don't want to be a walking skeleton again. So
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that because I am, dude. I'm cranking down the weight. I mean, I don't. I can already see it a lot in my face. I feel like I'm slimming down in the facial area a lot. But dude, I cranked out 9 miles yesterday, and dare I say, it was the best run I've had to date. I went 9 miles at a
nine
7:30
miles,
pace.
bro.
Yeah, dude, it was, and honestly, like I said, it felt great. I feel like I could have kept going whenever I came in. Total time 1 hour 8 minutes 18 seconds.
Wow.
So, and I kept my average heart rate around 170, which is really good because when I've been running here recently, I've been just jacking my heart rate up to just way too high, probably
Yeah.
like 192 on like the last few miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is just pumping. Yeah.
Shit's about to
Carly was like, "You're gonna have a
explode.
stroke out there." But dude, I ran. I don't know if I texted you this, and sorry if this is just like me gloating for a second. I just have to do this because I did feel pretty good about it. I ran 4.5 miles and I ran the first 3 miles in basically all under 7 minutes. I did 6:54, 6:50, and then that third mile got me at 7:04. But if I
Damn.
could have just put a little bit of, yeah, dude, I was absolutely cooking. Then fast forward to the next day, I was supposed to run 7. Went out the gate way too fast. I started out from the Diamond Center, which is a downhill down Dixon. Immediately had way too much speed and confidence. Went into the bike trail that flattens out and then starts going uphill.
Hmm.
Ruined myself. And it was just, dude, it was almost like 105 degrees with 1 trillion humidity. So I'm just sweating my ass off. Can't even breathe. It's so hot outside. So yeah, I got to 3 miles, and for the first time in all my training, I was like, you know what? We got to turn it around. We just got to stop right here. And I'm going to start walking. And so I started walking for like maybe like half a mile,
Hmm.
tried to start cranking up a run again, ran another half mile, had to shut it down again. I was just cooked, man. I don't know if it's because the day before was when I had done that run where my pace was just off the charts crazy, and just my legs and my body were like, hey, man, you need a rest day after that.
Yeah.
But we battled back the next day, ran 7, and then hit a quick 9 on Monday. So we're feeling good. We're back. I'm almost done with the half training. I'll have a little bit of time, like I said, before the half marathon.
Hmm.
But I think I'm just going to go straight into full training and already have that locked up and loaded on the deck, ready to go. And I think it's going to be pretty fun because I'm doing a little bit of different style with this one. I'm going like the next notch up in the Hal Higdon training levels.
Yeah.
And so this one has a little bit of hill training. And then there's some, I guess you might want to call it interval training,
Hmm.
where I'll run 800 meters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And do stuff like that, which I'm excited about because I really want to get to where I can get a full marathon. I mean, this is dreaming big because this is going to be hauling. But if I can get a marathon done in under 3, that qualifies for the Boston. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Props to you, bro. I
I just,
still I still
I
want to
know. Well,
come when you go in KC and run
mm,
the half. I still want to go see that cuz yeah, I feel like a
that's what I was going to say.
fucking dirt bag cuz I'm not running it, but at the same time it's kind of like I was like,
No, dude.
I kind of need to figure this
Maybe you can
out.
document it. Maybe you can document it. We'll put it on the YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah,
We'll do
I
some
will.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea
And
actually.
star-studded weekend actually in KC that weekend. My parents will be there. Also, KC plays the Chargers afternoon game Sunday, so we
Mm.
might just hang around KC, go to a restaurant, watch the game, hang out, enjoy some fun.
Yeah.
And it's my birthday,
Yeah.
so what even better reason to go? Because or my birthday will be that Monday, but you know what?
It's the
Basically,
same thing.
basically
Sunday,
same
Monday,
thing,
they're the
right?
same.
But that's okay, man. I hope you figure out this gluten thing. Do you have a doctor's appointment on the deck,
No,
ready to
so
go?
that's actually like a grievance of mine. So I have United Healthcare for insurance, and Conway Regional has denied coverage with United Healthcare. So I got to find like a new doctor
Mm,
and shit, which really sucks too because like if you remember,
no
I was
way.
trying to get an inhaler and all that shit too. Like last time we talked about running and all that stuff, and pretty much I have to like start everything all over with a new doctor. So kind of
That is
blows.
pretty tough, you know.
Yeah,
I went through that whenever I came up here to Fayetteville, and you know what? You get over it.
yeah.
Most doctors are pretty nice, honestly, so really nothing to worry about. But on topic of kind of what you brought up earlier, how was the beach? Family vacay with the Hamley
It was
bunch.
good, man. It was it was it felt better down there than it did here.
Well, that's probably 100% true.
Yeah, so it was good. So we just Bree and I we kind of just hung out on the beach and just chilled and did our own thing. Went and hung out with her mom. Like I think Thursday she was down there with one of her friends, and we went and saw her
Okay.
mom and hung out on Thursday, and yeah, just had a good time. Just kind of hung out and did the normal beach
Where did you
stuff.
go again?
We were at Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, one
Okay,
of the two.
nice. Were you staying on the beach
We were
basically, or was there any sort of nice,
yep.
nice? Were you going house, condo? What kind of mode were you
Going
going this week?
house on this one.
Very
Had a
nice,
pool,
very nice.
so
How long did you guys stay there? I swear you guys were there for over a week. Am I
no,
wrong?
we were there for exactly 1 week. Well, Bree and I were only there for six
Okay.
days, technically.
Well, I guess it's in my defense, just the work schedule that I worked this past 2 weeks has got me all over the place on what day it is.
Yeah, you've been
I mean, I'm locked in
you've
now,
been traveling a
but
lot. Like you had to go to like
just
several
all over the
cities.
place.
Yeah.
So starting, I guess what would have been 2 weeks ago, I left out of here Sunday night to head to Burbank,
Hmm.
and the only good flight path to Burbank was from XNA, DFW, Phoenix, Burbank. So I had hella flights on. Hate that I said hella there, but I had a lot of flights on Sunday. Finally get into Burbank around maybe 10:30 Burbank time,
Hmm.
California time.
Yeah.
So what would have been
Yeah.
midnight, what I'm used to. So I finally get in. I'm just glad to be, in the room, wake up, do my work that day. I'm there for 2 days. On Wednesday, I get a car, drive to Sacramento,
Yep.
which was 5.5 hours. Then I worked in Sacramento till on Thursday, but because of the way that the flights were, I couldn't get out of there till Friday. Flew home Friday, had the weekend, and then I was gonna drive to South Lake, Texas, work Tuesday, drive home. But then I looked at the schedule, and there was no truck coming to the location we were going to, and I actually kind of made a power move. I was actually pretty proud of myself. I was talking to the guy that I was working with, and I was like, wouldn't it just make sense for me to go on Tuesday when the truck's going to be there? And then I can just fly to South Lake, then catch a flight to Georgia, go to Athens, and then I'll just fly home, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I'm not just having these dead days in between travel.
Yeah.
So we got that shit changed. I was like, hell yes. But yeah, flew out Monday to DFW. No, wait, I didn't have the delays that day, but got in like 8:30 in Dallas, worked Tuesday, got done working that day, flew to Georgia and Atlanta, had to go to Athens, so I had to drive an hour 20.
Yeah.
And I got delayed in DFW. So I was supposed to land in Athens at, I want to say around 8 o'clock originally. I did not land in Athens, I think, until 9:30. So luckily there was rental cars. I was just crossing my fingers and hoping to God that there was going to be a rental car. But yeah, I was just all over the place. I'm finally home though. But it was honestly kind of nice just having it be that fast. And I got to see a lot of cool things, I guess. I got to see Oppenheimer at the IMAX in the 72, or not 72, but the 70 millimeter film, the actual way it was supposed to be intended. I was on the second row. My neck was hurting, or not really hurting, but you were pretty cranked for 3 hours. But you really didn't feel it, You think you would feel the 3 hours, and by the end of it, you would just be like, can we just go, man? Christopher Nolan, can we just get this shit over with? But good movie. Then I saw Barbie later on. Also a good movie in my opinion, but to each their own, I guess. Have you seen either of the two movies?
I have not.
I didn't think you would have.
I don't do like movie theaters. I don't go to movie theaters.
Is it? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. When was the last time you were in a movie theater?
Shit, I don't know.
Can't even remember the time.
Long time ago.
I feel like the movie that you would say has to be like a Transformers movie, maybe, was the last time you were in a theater. I'm guessing it was definitely before one of the shootings, because I bet you didn't go after one of those.
That's when I stopped, actually.
Yeah, that had to have been.
Yeah.
So let's just say The Dark Knight. That was one of the first ones that I remember. So
I think
anything pre-Dark Knight is when you would have been going to the movies.
I think the last one I may have gone to, and this is no shit, I remember after the shootings, I did not go for a long time. I was just like, no, I'm not going. For multiple reasons. One, I didn't want to get shot in a movie theater.
No, dude. I'm still scared shitless every time I'm in one.
And like the concept of it is kind of fucked up if you've ever like really thought about it. You're in a dark room with a bunch of people that you can't see and you don't really know. It's kind of a fucked up
no authority
concept. But no,
we're all just trusting.
I went to the movie theaters in high school with you and Carly that one time. And then I think I went one.
I was actually going to say that.
I think I went one other time after that to go see like one of the Star Wars movies.
God,
it was the first one though.
Oh, okay.
After they did the prequels and the sequels,
you would have seen Rogue One, probably.
I think so. Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were about to say Revenge of the Sith. My dog just absolutely binked her head.
Is that what that noise
on
was?
the bottom of my desk? Yeah. I guess she just got like scared or something and just raised up. I don't know. Also, the other day, I was sitting in here with my headphones on and got up, yanked my mic off for the second time.
You got another dimple?
Now my mic looks even more like a dickhead than it did before. It's all pointed. Look at this shit. Look at this thing. Look at this freaking... What is that?
Oh, what shit. The hell? That's funny.
That's my life, man. But yeah, glad the beach was nice. Did you drink a lot while you were there?
No, I didn't drink hardly at all, actually. Actually, I don't think I had a sip.
Not at all. I'm going towards the end of August, and I'm going to get pretty fucked up. Probably 90% of the time that I'm there. But that's just how I do the beach. To each their own at the beach. My ideal beach vacation is just wake up early. I'm probably going to have to get runs in while I'm there, which is not going to be ideal. Let's just go ahead and look at that schedule. Let's see what I'm going to have in store for me coming into... So it's probably going to be week 10 or week 11. It's going to be 5-8-5, and then a rest day, 5-mile pace, and then 11-mile run. That's going to be my week at the beach.
Have fun, dude.
Actually, Actually, the 11 mile will probably have to get pushed to Monday because I think we're driving home the day
Are
that I'm supposed to do 11.
y'all doing condo?
Oh yeah, we actually have. It's kind of funny. So we have this one condo that we just randomly stayed in one year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was one of the very first years that Carly.
Yeah.
It wasn't her first year, but it was her second year, and it would have been, I guess, probably maybe it wasn't anyone's first year, but anyway, it just fit us all really well because I think we were so used to maybe one set of us not having a bed, or like the sleeping situations were weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this gave everybody their own room. And so we just kind of started booking that one condo over and over again. We booked it last year, and they were just doing construction on our balcony all week and at the earliest hours of the morning, and just with the worst equipment. I mean, it was drills,
Were they
grinders.
like
Dude, you
going through the
on our
condo
balcony.
to get to the balcony, or were they doing it from the outside?
No,
Like
no,
getting
no,
a
no. They
little
were on
lift?
the wind, like the what do you call the window cleaner thing? You know what I'm talking
Like
about?
scaffolding?
You're pulling your scaffolding. Yeah, that's probably what it's called. That sounds right.
Scaffolding's like they got the little levels you got to
No,
climb up.
that's like scaffolding's more built. This
Yeah.
is like a bucket that you like wheel yourself up
Oh,
with,
they're like hoisting
and
themselves up there to go do
like
that?
a pulley
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? So yeah, they're out there on our deck every morning, just and that's just every morning, all day throughout the day. So we decided to tough it out because I think they were gonna like discount the room for us, and we were like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And so I think I've told this story before because I know this had to have overlapped with the podcast at some point, but it was probably a really, really early on episode. But anyway, we ended up switching condos later in the week, and we were just so pissed off because we should have just done it earlier in the week, but is what it is. The good thing is now we were talking about it and laughing. The condo should be done
Yeah.
and well repaired on the balcony. We should have the strongest balcony. I guess what is that, east of the Mississippi? So
Is that
hopefully that's true.
was the
Hopefully no tropical storms come because that would be the worst.
Yeah, I was about to say it was like was the balcony getting redone because of the hurricane? Like a hurricane that went
Dude,
through or
I could not tell you what they were doing. Do you want me to describe to you what they were doing?
Yeah.
They were cutting out little tiny squares from the side of the balcony where you could see the rebar going through it,
Mhm.
and then they would just move on up and do it again. That is all they were doing. I'm not sure exactly what that purpose was. I'm sure there was something that was going to be done there, and hopefully I'll see that whenever I arrive this year. But honestly, man, I am not sure. I don't do construction. I wish I knew a little bit more about constructing things.
too.
You know, building.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I wish I knew more about cars and construction. I don't know jack shit about and finance and like stocks and stuff. So basically anything that's like useful, I wish I knew a little bit more about. You know what I mean? So I'm always open to learning, but instead, you know what I'm actually learning right now?
What's up?
Going through music theory again.
Oh,
Going through some
nice.
basic music theory.
Nice.
Because I was learning to play this old guitar over here. And I was like, you know what I need? I got to take it back to the roots. Like how I learned how to play the saxophone. I got to learn where these notes are, what a key is. Because if I don't know that, it's like, how will I even know what sounds right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I could sit here and look up tabs and chords all day, but I got to know what it means.
Are,
You know
are
what I
you
mean?
trying to get creative out here and play your own little licks or
I just want to learn how to play the guitar. Like I want to be able to pick that thing up and just be like,
Shred.
hey, watch this.
Eruption?
And someone would be like, wow, dude, that's freaking insane.
Eruption
You know what I mean?
Fuck. You know what I'm saying. You know Eruption, right? By Van Halen.
Were you going to say, oh, I thought you were about to say Van Morrison.
No.
But you said, what did you say? What song?
Eruption by Van Halen.
Oh, Eruption.
Yeah.
What is that one?
You've never heard that?
I don't think so. You know,
Let's do a
I
share
lack a
screen
lot of
here.
knowledge. You know, good thing we're pretty small because if we were a large podcast, we couldn't listen to music because it would get copyright claimed, and then
they're fine.
any
It's-
revenue that we made off this would be theirs. But you know how much you're gonna make off of us if you copyright claim us, guys?
Yeah, I was about to say, dude.
You're gonna make a whopping $0.
It's fucking Van Halen, bro. They've had enough money in their life.
Yeah. But I'm really right now trying to dial down what guitar do I want to buy? You know what I mean? And I feel like you, of all people, would really enjoy talking about this.
I do enjoy
Also,
talking about guitars.
Getting the old calluses on the fingers, getting strong on there. It's very nice.
Can you see my screen?
I can see it. I can see it
Perfect.
bright and clear.
We're gonna listen to this. Well, actually, I want you to.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Is this? Do you know how to play this?
All right.
No. Fuck
so,
no.
Now comes my favorite part of the show. It's my favorite part of the whole evening. We've been on tour since March, and I have no better time.
Okay, so
anytime than
forgive
right
me.
now, 'cause I get to go sit
I'm not even
down
sure I can name
and
you a
listen.
Van Halen song right off the dome right now.
For real?
Like, pretend you have a gun to me right now. Hold a gun up to me. Tell me name a Van Halen song right
Name
now.
a Van Halen song right now.
Fuck. Dude, I seriously don't think I can. I really don't think I can. I think I get them and Led Zeppelin confused all the time.
Like, what about like Jump, Right Now?
So
Hot
Jump
for
is like, is that like,
Teacher?
alright, so forgive me. Is Jump like, everybody jump, jump?
No.
That can't be that,
No.
right? I was like, there's no fucking
I
way
think
that
that's
is
Chris
them, dude.
Cross, bro.
Dude, that's his name, Chris Cross?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is a name.
Okay, all right.
You know what? Alright, sorry, play this.
Well, no, say what you're gonna say real quick. I felt like it was gonna be funny.
I was gonna say, oh my god, I just looked up Chris Cross, bro. Oh shit, okay. I was gonna say, the thing that makes me laugh all the time, and it's really sad that this makes me laugh, is I think it was a tweet probably originally. It was, if Chris crossed applesauce, what do you think he's gonna do to you? And I think you've sent me that before too. And it gets me just about every single time, but alright, sorry. My apologies. Roll in here. Let's listen to Eruption guitar solo. Let's see if I erupt from this guitar solo.
Mr. Eddie Van Halen.
Who's that guy? Is that Eddie?
No, I'm having a hard time remembering his name right now for some reason.
His name's John Halen.
No.
His name's Car Halen. Truck Halen.
No, it's like shit, what's his name?
He's picking this guy up.
I don't remember what his name
Richard
is.
Simmons.
No.
Gene Simmons.
No. Fuck,
Mike
what is
Simmons.
his name?
Okay, this is pretty, like, good entrance. Oh, that's pretty cool. Cool guy, alright? See, this is what I want to be. This is why I want to learn how to play the guitar, because you can look like this, doing things.
David Lee Roth was his name. That's what it was.
Dang, dude, I'm getting cracked out quality right now from this YouTube video. I can still hear the guitar though, so that's good. I think you can buy that guitar,
Yeah, you can.
like a copy. What is that? Is that a Fender?
I honestly don't know what it is.
I feel like no chance is that a Fender. I feel like that is just such a crazy guitar shape. Because like Fender only has like what, the Strat and like the Telecaster? Okay, this does sound cool.
But this isn't even it yet. This is like a little intro. He's just getting warmed up.
I like how he's on his knees just at the front of the stage. You think he only played with that guitar?
I don't know.
And different, you know, I think he had a couple copies, of course. 'Cause that was kind of his signature thing, right? Oh, is he kind of wearing like a prison uniform? Is that what he's going for right now? You think you could look that sick in a wife beater?
No.
See, I don't know. I want to learn how to do something like this.
I know, right? That'd be sick.
Imagine just pulling up on someone and doing this. They would want to give you money. They'd be like, I don't even know what to do. I just want to give you some cash. Like, how do you do that? You know how to do that?
It's the finger tapping, yeah. I can do it a little bit. I'm not like
Really?
that, though. I'm not coordinated enough for that.
Dude, he's making it whine. Who's like the greatest guitar player of all time
This guy.
considered? Really?
Yeah, bro. He's like one of the greats.
I guess like everyone kind of has their genre, because wouldn't some people say like Eric Clapton is God of the Blues or something like that, or BB King.
Yeah. So Eric Clapton's pretty good. He's another great.
But different style. Then there's Jimmy though. Are you gonna count Jimmy out of this?
No, you can't count Jimmy either.
I guess there's a cluster of them, you know.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in today's society who's like they are considered a good, like, I mean, I'm sure they are, but maybe it's just like everybody's on the same level.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Maroon 5's guitarist, is he just something special or something?
I don't think so.
John Mayer, I guess, maybe?
John Mayer's pretty good, yeah.
He got like a unique style. Prince was a good guitar player, but he's still not too recent.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and pause this before we just become the Van Halen podcast.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty sick. I wish I could play like that.
He didn't even play.
You know what's the worst part is? Like most of it. I mean, this is 4 minutes in. I just realized we watched 4 minutes of Van Halen. Is that one song at 13 minutes like that?
No, no, he's not. He didn't even play like the actual song.
Oh, the crazy.
Yeah, he was just.
Oh, he was just vibing.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Well, I mean, that was cooler than. Okay, so I know "Hot for Teacher," but you know what's the thing is, it's not like if you were, Gun to Me Again, sing it. I can't even sing it. You know.
Yeah.
Running with the Devil.
Yeah,
again, probably the song that I would sing with that is probably not the same one.
Well, how do you think it goes?
I'm sure this isn't the right one. There's one that's like "Running with the Devil." No, dude, that's freaking fucking Hootie and the Blowfish, dude. See, I can't be fucking trusted right now with Van Halen music. I'm embarrassing myself.
I was just looking at
Little
Spotify.
Dreamer, don't know it. Summer Nights, don't know it. I want to know these songs. Maybe I'll get into these.
Yeah, just start listening to them. They're really
That's embarrassing,
on the guitar, because Eddie Van Halen
maybe
is one of the greats.
That's what I need. I need to study up. I need to be something special. But I'm torn between right now on the purchasing of one, of what to get, because they're all across the board.
What are you looking at right now? Like what are the models?
I'm not handsome and wealthy enough to go straight up Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at the Epiphone catalog pretty hard. I really like the SGs just because the little kid in me always wanted an SG.
Yeah.
But then I also is it just like, do you just go Les Paul for the Les Paul? You know what I mean?
I mean, I went Les Paul because that was one of the ones that I always wanted as a kid. Because I always saw Slash and I was like, dude,
so
he's so sick, bro. Like, so I ended up getting one.
Dude, I was in Guitar Center today. Funny sentence to say. And they had Slash's version of the Epiphone, which is originally a $7.99 guitar.
Yeah.
Marked down to $4.99, and I was like, "What's up with this? There's got to be there's a catch, right? Like I have to work here or something later." So, didn't buy that today, but I really like the SG. I think they look sick. But the thing that sucks about getting a freaking electric guitar is you got to buy a damn amp.
Yeah, you got to have an amp and the cable.
You got to buy cables, and then you got to buy freaking pedals, and you're just like, "Fuck, man!" And then you annoy your fiance, so you have to buy headphones, so she can't hear you play.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
You don't have to have pedals. I mean, like,
I know pedals are not, but
so you need a get a guitar, an electric guitar, and then get yourself one of those. I've heard about these amps. I was gonna buy one of these. I haven't bought one yet because I just haven't done it. But this is the amp that I was gonna buy. It's called a Boss Katana. Okay,
I'm about to look it up right now.
They're like $250, I think, for the size that would be well suited for us. And they have some different effects and stuff like a pedal, so you can play with the sound in the amp instead of hooking up a pedal and then hooking it up to the amp.
You know which one I really want to get because they look so cool?
The orange.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. I'm so glad you knew what I was talking about. They're so sick.
So
they look dope. I want to just get a huge stack of orange amps behind me, and that'll just be my studio. Will just be huge orange amps.
So are you going? So you're caught between the SG and the Les Paul?
But then so I think I've weeded this one out because I think I've got to just get a standard electric before I get a semi hollow, even though semi hollow looks so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's
Because I
gonna
think I
be
just
the
need something
next
that
one.
because I have an acoustic. I need something that I can just like rock out on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Plus,
get the
go ahead. Sorry.
335, the ES 335 after.
Go
I think it's gonna be the next
339.
one. 339, you
Although
say?
you're big, so you could probably handle the 335. The 339 is a little smaller. I was looking at a 335 in the Guitar Center today.
Hmm.
They're huge. They're way bigger than I thought they
Well,
were.
maybe I will get the 339 then, because I kind of like my Martin is kind of smaller, and I
Uh-huh.
love playing the smaller one versus my Epiphone acoustic. It's rather large, so
I did see though they had a Gretsch in there,
mhm.
semi hollow that's way smaller than either of the Epiphone.
Yeah,
And dude, it looked pretty nice.
dude.
Hello.
What kind of music are you wanting to play like on the guitar? Like, let's say like you were top of your
Okay,
top right
so
now.
this is gonna be kind of funny. So I'm kind of going for a lot of styles, honestly. I would like to just shred, just like straight up classic rock, but I would also like to just hit some nice emo riffs every now and then, just for
Mhm.
fun. I just really want to learn the guitar all in and out, honestly.
Maybe
I
you
think that would be
should.
really fun.
Have you looked at Strats?
I don't think I would go Strat. I'd go Telecaster. I like the shape of the Telecaster better.
I think the Telecaster has more of like a twang to it, though.
It does. It's a little country.
Yeah.
It's a little country, and I'm a little more rock and roll. Jeez. No, I mean, there's no doubt the semi hollows look beautiful, but I
They
think I'm gonna go
sound great
straight
too.
up. I think I'm gonna satisfy myself. I think I'm just gonna get a good old cherry red SG.
Are you going original or modern?
I'm gonna go original.
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
gonna go with the moderns.
Let's go.
The problem is when you go into Epiphone, and I think the verdict that I've seen across the board is you go with the ones that are whatever like the middle of the line price is. So there's one that's like 900, then there's one that's 500, and
Hmm.
then there's one that's like 200.
Yeah.
And I think you go for the one that's around 5 to 600.
500, yeah. Yeah.
There's also the Maestro one that looks pretty cool, but I think I want it to look clean. They have the Epiphone SG standard 60s vintage cherry.
See
It's
that.
got the
Yep.
what do you call it? What do you call it when it's not the dot on the fret? Is that how your Les Paul is? It doesn't have the dots, right? It's
Oh yeah,
got the
correct. Yeah. It's got like the little ivory
what
or
I,
whatever the hell it
they have a
is.
name,
Yeah.
but I can't think of it. But
Pearl
yeah,
looking
it just
thing. Yeah.
looks so good. So that'll probably be my pickup, and then I really want to get an orange amp, but that red guitar with an orange amp would just be kind of ugly, but it might look
Seriously,
kind of
look
sick at
up
the same
the
time.
Boss Katana ones and
I
like
was looking at it. I was looking at that Boss Katana.
that was the one that I was gonna get because I felt like it kind of satisfied all my needs, you know?
But can you just go wrong with a classic Marshall?
I don't
Almost
think
just what
you
I would consider probably king of the amps.
I don't think you can, but I think that I think the modern amps, like the more like so different guitars, what I've learned is different guitars sound better on different amps. And
Mm-hmm.
I've heard like the Les Paul sounds really fucking good with a tube amp. But I think if I remember correctly, the
Mm-hmm.
tube amps are super expensive and you can blow those fuckers
They
out.
probably are.
And I don't want to fuck with that.
You can do that.
Yeah. So I want
So
to
you want to stick
go
with that solid state.
yeah. Yeah. Cuz and I'm sure like the SG probably sounds good on a tube amp as well because of like the
Mm-hmm.
time period that it was created, right? So, I don't know. And like
How much did you pay for your guitar? I'll bleep it out for that Gibson.
I think it was 700.
Oh, it was only $700.
Yeah,
Where'd you get it?
Guitar Center. There was a sale.
No way. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. It
I
was
was
an
about to say
impulse.
the lowest get.
It was straight up an impulse buy. Like I would kind of been looking at them, and I was like, yeah, like maybe I will, maybe I won't. And then I got on Guitar Center one day when I was bored in Georgia, and they were having a sale on it, and then I was like, yep, let's grab it. So I bought it.
Dang, that dude, yeah, that was a good snag. The lowest I'm seeing that you can get an actual Gibson Les Paul is you can get at Guitar Center a Gibson Les Paul Tribute Satin Honey Sunburst for $12.99.
Mine's not a Gibson though. Mine's an Epiphone.
Oh, I thought you got an actual Gibson. That's why I was
No.
holy cow.
Yeah, no, I've got the Epiphone. Shit, I don't know what it is. It's
I'm about to look at
I think
it.
it's a custom, maybe. I don't think it's a standard.
Let's see. I think we just talked about this. I think you said it was a custom. Yeah, because you have the white one,
yeah, because
right?
I got the white one with the gold hardware. Yeah, and it's showing $7.99 right now on the Epiphone website.
Maybe it just wasn't on sale.
Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was. Something was on sale when I bought it. I know that when I went there to go grab it. It may have been the case. I don't remember, but I remember I snagged those boys up in a heartbeat. So for some reason,
Nice.
but
I also really want a baby blue guitar for some reason. I don't know why. I think they just look kind of sick.
Paramore's
And also,
guitarist had a baby blue Telecaster in one of their videos, and it was sick. Just look super appealing.
I could look at guitars all day.
Oh yeah,
they're so cool. That's why I just want to learn how to play it for real. You know,
you're gonna make me want to learn how to play, or like you're gonna make me want to go get an amp and like shred.
Dude, go get an amp. Go get an orange. And then we can jam out together. And then we can transfer this into music. We'll just one day people will be like, they stopped podcasting? Like, no, they started a band. It's their music. You're like, it's still called Sorry I Spaced Out, but it's the band. It'll be nice.
Holy shit, dude. I didn't even realize how expensive the Gibson Les Pauls were.
Dude, they are up there in price.
God dang, dude.
They are pretty steep, that is for sure.
Do they still have
But they're made in America. I think that's really one of the main things that makes them expensive.
Memphis. They're made in Memphis, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. I didn't know that, honestly.
There's a big there's a Gibson factory or something over there.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure.
It sounds right. Sounds good to me.
They used to have have you ever heard of Buckethead? You know who that is?
I haven't.
Okay, so the only reason I know who he is because he played with Guns N' Roses for a while. Like in the early 2000s, or not early 2000s, but in the 2000s. But he's like another guy that's like pretty good at the guitar or whatever, and like he wears a KFC bucket over his head, and
and
he had like his own custom guitar from Gibson.
That's pretty cool.
He looks kind of scary, honestly.
I'm looking at it,
but
this guy looks sick.
Oh, are you?
I bet he absolutely murders the guitar. I'll see if I can put up a picture of this guy in post. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But he had his own.
But yeah, I'm excited about it.
And it was
had his own collection.
Yeah, because Gibson did it, and it was super cool. Like like you see how he's wearing red on that. He's got red on that hat. So that he like did this custom guitar. I'm looking at it right now. Where like some of the hardware on the Les Paul was red. So it's like all white, and then pieces of it were red. Super cool.
Interesting. That is pretty cool. But yeah, you gotta start shredding as well. So then maybe we can join forces to do a little jam session. That's my end goal almost. I just want to be able to chill with someone and play some music. I feel like that would be kind of fun, right?
It would be a lot of fun. We just need Beckett, to come over with the kit, and
see, I'm telling you,
no bass, just two guitars.
No, it'll be two guitars and a drum.
Drum set, yeah.
That would be sick.
That would be fun.
What even music could you make with two guitars and drums? Something crazy?
Strictly like like people do like in bars, they do like dueling pianos. You could do like dueling guitar,
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't it be fun to learn the bass too? Slap the bass a little bit.
Dude, like, if you could learn how to get as fucking funky as like the
Yeah.
bass guitar, the bass players and like Corn and like fucking what was I saying? Corn and like Rage Against the Machine and like Tool and like people like that, dude. I mean, I'd play all fucking day. Like they just, I don't even know what
Bass
they
players
do.
look sick too. Let's just look up best bass player. See who's gonna show up. I bet Thundercat's probably working his way in there. He knows how to throw it down on the bass, slap it around.
Slap
He
the
is not listed in
bass.
this. Maybe it's because he's too. Maybe it's because he's too. Kim Gordon. Who's Kim Gordon? Why does she look like she throws down on this bass? Let's see what kind of band she was playing in. She was in Sonic
Flea.
Youth.
You can't forget Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
who's this Flea guy? We got Les Claypool. He's from, what is he from? So you got, come on now. I'm not seeing it. It's a band, Primus. Not sure how you say that. We got Victor Wooten. He's coming in here, slapping the bass around, and he's just a solo guy. I don't know. There's nothing better than a good old funky bass riff.
Duff
You know what I mean?
McKagan from Guns N' Roses. He's pretty good.
But sorry to turn this into the music hour, but you know what? That's just how it is
We don't
around
have
here.
to be sorry anymore, Matt. Okay,
No.
we're established, bro. We are what we are.
And you know what? Maybe there's a couple guitar heads out there who really enjoyed that, and we're like, you should get the SG, Matt. You should buy that thing. You should buy 5 of them, and just buy 9 orange amps, and just fill the whole room with. I want my wall-to-wall orange amps in here.
We could start a band and call ourselves the Epiphone Brothers.
That would be kind of sick, since we could be, instead of like, what could we be? We could be 2 phones. 2 phones and 2 oranges. Orange phone.
2 phones and a
And a set of oranges.
no. You gotta if Beckett's in on it, you gotta do something with Beckett, like some kind of funny thing to call the drum kit. 2 phones.
What
and
is a good band name?
drum
If you could
skin?
name a band right now,
If I could name a band right now,
what would you name a band right now?
can you give me
It's
like
hard, right?
can you give me like a genre?
I mean, it's gonna be a rock band.
Rock band? Like, are we talking heavy?
Yeah.
Heavy?
Let's say
Kinda-
you're coming up with a band name right in the middle of the 80s. What are you calling them? This is hard, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't think you know. Does a good band make the name good? You know what I mean? Or does the name have to be good for the band to be good? Because I can't think of a band that I like that I also hate their name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But I've heard that if you have a shitty band name, you're toast. You're dead in the water. You'll never make it.
Yeah, I don't think we would have done. No one would have came and seen 2 phones and a set of oranges,
Maybe.
or maybe they would have. Like, hey, have you seen the new 2 phones and a set of oranges? Like, I can't even remember it. See, it's too long. It's got to be quick. I like when it has the in it. Are you a fan of that? When it's the something?
Give me an example.
Like, I like the Strokes. Like, I think
like
that was
the
a good one. The
Strokes.
Strokes,
The Rolling
the
Stones.
Smiths, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, the Talking Heads.
Yeah.
So, see a lot of good thes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of good and the bands. Like Hootie and the Blowfish. That's kind of only one that I know. I guess Bruce Springsteen. Dude, his name is so hard to say. Bruce Springsteen and the, what is it, the Easy Street Band?
I think so. Tom Petty and the.
That's a good one.
I
Did he have a band?
think so. It's Tom Petty and I think. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not spitting lies here.
What would you say is the best band name?
And the Heartbreakers.
Out there.
That's what it was. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Nice.
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Okay, we're finding some more
I
Anthas.
think John Cougar, or not John Cougar, John Mellencamp.
So what is he again? Is he country?
No, it's like a
He sounds country.
yeah.
Come on down to this melon camp.
I guess John Mellencamp didn't have a
He didn't have a band. He was just solo man,
solo
just by
guy.
himself.
Yeah.
Solo guy. I think my favorite band name whenever I was growing up, I really liked this band called Forever the Sickest Kids, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Forever the
And I
Sickest
also liked,
Kids.
yeah, and then I also like the All American Rejects a lot. They're gonna
Yeah.
get an honorable mention. I think the Plain White Tees is actually a really good band name. Especially that's probably a big era for the Plain White Tee. Remember the white tee was kind of, I mean, it still is a basic necessity, but I feel like the white tee doesn't get as much love as it did at one time.
They were pretty. I think they were probably hit their peak in like the 2008 to 2010 range. So I had to take a
Did
guess.
you ever wear a white undershirt underneath
I did.
your shirts?
Yeah.
I definitely did that too.
I feel
I
like
would
every
at some
guy
point.
goes through that phase.
Yeah, you kind of got to. It's kind of a staple.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're on track. I did at one point dual polo shirts. I would layer. The undershirt would also be another polo shirt. How funny is that?
I don't know if that's funny.
And I would do. Listen to this. Listen to this. It would be the undershirt would be whatever color the horse was. So it's kind of like a inverse thing.
I think I vaguely remember this actually.
I only did it a few times. I still do have a skinny ass neck, and a lot of these neck holes on t-shirts just wear me. And the polo t-shirts especially had a really large neck hole for some reason. And so they kind of, sometimes it would look too weird if I didn't just go with like a standard white. But glad that era is over for me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about the last time. I don't think the last time I wore a polo t-shirt, I knew it was going to be the last time. You never know when you're gonna throw that horse tee on one last time.
It's kind of like
and then you just grow up. It's kind of like Abercrombie. When was the last time you just wore Abercrombie, then you stopped wearing it one day, just never again did you wear Abercrombie?
It's kind of like Andy from The Office. He's like, kind of wish, I wish they would have told us it was a good time or it was the good times before it ended or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote. Shame on me.
Oh yeah, it's okay, dude. You're just not a real Office fan. That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. I can quote a lot of those episodes, but
would you say that's your favorite show all time?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's a really good show. I really enjoy The
Good.
Office.
It took me a while to like it.
I think there's a certain level of like, I don't know. It's like
I think you have to work somewhere before you can enjoy it.
I'm not sure if it's like you got to work somewhere, if it's like you can't be like, when The Office came out, like we were young kids and none of it made sense to us. We're like, what the, like, I remember watching with my dad.
I think people who said they liked it when they were young didn't understand it.
They didn't understand it.
They were like, this is funny. But I'm like, you don't know why it's funny.
Yeah. Like you have to wait till you're older. It's kind of like SpongeBob. Like it is like SpongeBob, but in a way, but not. Like when you're a kid and you watch SpongeBob, it's still kind of funny. But then when you're an adult, it's even funnier because you're like, oh wait, there's all these hidden dirty jokes that I never, caught on to, right? But
do you have a weird show? Like I liked NCIS a lot for some reason. Just like a weird show, like daytime drama that you just couldn't get enough of.
No, I've never had a daytime drama that I've really enjoyed.
I don't even think that's really a daytime drama. I just really wanted to say that phrase. But did you ever run into any like the CSIs? Anything like that?
Nope.
Sometimes I wonder what you did as a child. But then again, maybe what did I do?
I played outside.
I was in there watching NCIS.
Stuff outside,
Did you build things outside, dig holes?
Yeah, I did.
You're just like, where's Truman? Oh, he's just outside digging holes.
Yeah.
You saw the movie Holes one time and just inspired him.
I used to take an axe.
Hasn't stopped since.
I used to take an axe outside and just chop down random trees from time to time.
Yeah. I really make it sound like I spent a lot of time inside. A lot of the inside stories that I'm describing are probably before I could drive or anything. But once I could drive, and even before that, just a lot of golfing in my free time. So it wasn't all inside, you know? I was out there living. 'Cause I wasn't a big video game head either. Not until we got into FIFA.
Mm.
That's when the tables did a little bit of turning there. Got into FIFA. That was a good time. I miss it a little
A
bit.
couple holes in the wall, a couple broken controllers, nothing, no big deal.
I just wish I could have been there to see the initial hole go
Were
down.
you not there? No, you weren't there.
No,
No.
it was you and Mathis.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
We are scraping in towards an hour. Would you like to hop into Media Corner? Because I do have to go to dinner here in a little bit, so
Yeah.
we can maybe jump out of here a little early.
Let's do it.
Unless there's anything you want to talk about real quick. I know we've just this has just been such a big old catch-up episode just because it's been so long since we recorded. And I feel like I just am going to get off of here and be like, oh, damn it. I meant to talk about this. And I meant to talk about that. Actually, before we hop off of here, because I don't think we really talked too much about it, just that it's happening. How is the food truck going so far?
It's okay. So it's good. I have to send off all the paperwork for the permitting, which is, it was a little confusing because like you have different, like I've read the state laws on food trucks and shit like probably 3 or 4 times over, and it's still a little confusing. And like the health department has their rules and the state has their rules and you have the city that has their rules. So I'm trying to like, what I kind of, it's good, and it's also like kind of like, hey, like probably wasn't necessary, but I tried to kill all 3 birds with one stone, right, at once, to just make sure I had everything checked off all at once before I started any of it. And I probably could have gotten away with starting the health department and then making sure, that's all good, and then going into the city. Because like even though you have the health department and they have their rules, and you have the state and they have their rules, and the city, only the health department and the city go to check it out. So I probably could have done a little bit better with managing that time, but I got to send all that paperwork off to get that whole process started. So, and then it should be like 30 days, give or take, after that. So,
Nice. Have you found someone to wrap the truck yet?
yeah, I have a guy.
Let's go.
I've not got quotes on it or anything, but it's a guy that did my truck. Actually, he didn't like my personal truck, not wrap it, but he did all the accessories and shit. So,
Right.
I'll just, when it's time, I'll have him go do it. So, but
nice. I'm excited.
yeah,
It's definitely coming up quick. I feel like the idea was birthed not too long ago.
well,
And here it is.
the idea was always there. It's been there for a long time, but like the actional part of it, that came up rather quickly. It was kind of like a, hey, I'm just gonna quit sitting around on it, and I'm just gonna go fucking do it. So I justified it to myself and went and did it. So,
Right.
but
Okay. I think I need to. I'm going to see if I can turn this on without it just completely. Because you are out of here. I cannot even see you. Maybe not even hear you. But
I can't see you either.
that's okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, he's back.
I had Bree turn off the TV. She turned on the TV while we were doing this. So,
Freaking, what the hell is she thinking, dude? Okay, I'm gonna see what happens here. Okay, that's pretty cool. I figured out how you can add in like clapping, I think.
oh
Upload.
yeah, that's what I was. Remember the last time I was doing that?
Can you hear that?
I don't know if you can hear that though.
You can hear that?
No, I can't. No,
Dang.
I don't know how you get it
To play?
yeah, how you get it to play like in the headphones.
Dang, dude, that would be so sick. Okay, I think it's because I have it on preview. What happens if I do it right now? You hearing that?
I hear that.
You hearing that
Yeah.
clap?
Yeah.
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 All
I can hear
right.
that.
Let's scoop. If you just go to click on media,
Oh, it says live right there. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Hey, seriously, guys, stop. Cut that out. Now we're famous. Hey, again. Oh.
That's what we need to start doing when we start making shitty jokes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go. We're back, baby. Let's fucking go. All right, after the silence, and now we just figured out how to do a new thing. We're learning Riverside one day at a time, baby. All right, well, we'll go ahead and close it out here before this Wi-Fi crashes on us again. Do you have anything for the media corner that you can just throw out there real quick for him?
If you haven't seen this or heard of this yet, you need to look up Eric Cartman, the AI Eric Cartman covers on like TikTok. You got to do it.
Those get recommended to me pretty heavily.
It's so fucking funny, and some of them are so good too. And that's what's crazy about it. Like some of them are just flawless.
I get a lot of Plankton, and like any SpongeBob character is pretty heavily on mine. Anytime it's like a emo song or like a Midwest emo song, which don't even get me started on what genre of music that is, but it is a genre of music. Which is good, by the way. It's I like it. Anyway. But yes, those are pretty solid. I'll throw out there real quick. I watched the newest Puss in Boots last night. Pretty good. Go check that one out. Definitely go check out Oppenheimer or Barbie. I think both of those are pretty solid. See if there's anything else I got. I think that's about it as far as I watched Into the Spider-Verse for the very first time. Which is the animated Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And I watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie on the plane, and it was also pretty good. So any of those, go check them out. Don't expect like great things from Super Mario Bros. Just go in there, have a good time, and just enjoy all the little. You just watch the whole thing and you go, "Oh, I know, I remember that. Oh yeah. That's this thing." So, and I wasn't even that big of a Nintendo guy. I just know the characters, so it was very fun.
Are you talking about like the game, like? Like the movie, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that, like from the game, or like something else.
Yeah. It's just like you're like, oh okay, like I see what they did there. It's like the movie, but then there's also like little nods to like the games and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool, fun stuff. But yeah, that is all I got for the media. I'll shout out real quick before we let you do yours. I'm gonna shout out the guy that's been kind of teaching me music theory on YouTube. His name is Shred. I don't know what his actual name is. I think his actual name is Scott, but his tag on YouTube is Shred. And yeah, he's been laying me out some pretty good info on musical theory and teaching me a little bit of song. So
yeah, my name's Scott. You call me Shred though.
Hey, go check him out. You'll be shredding in no time. Go ahead and whip that Les Paul out and go to town.
I need to go get an amp.
I think you can rock out with no amp, but you know it's definitely more fun. I did see last thing. Let's see this. You can get this little thing that just like plugs into your guitar, and then you plug headphones into that, and it sounds like an amp in your ears.
Oh,
how cool is that?
How expensive is that though?
You know, that's a great question, but it was advertised to me on a YouTube ad, and when I see it again, I will send it to you. It was actually made by Fender, so it should be pretty easy to find.
I'll have to check that out. Can you do like different like effects and stuff? Is it like an amp or?
So it is called the Fender Mustang Micro Headphone Guitar Amp. It is $119, which is not too bad.
Yeah, but I think for $119,
you could probably just buy a real amp.
Just go buy a real amp. Yeah,
that is true. You could just probably do that. But dude, there are some amps that are absolutely up there in price. This Fender is $13.99. Yikes.
Yeah.
You can get this Orange Crush 35 RT for $299. That's actually not too bad. Is this a solid state, or is it a tube and or what some might call a valve amp? And see, I'm not even smart.
I think you got to go the Boss Katana.
You think you go Biscoton?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. These oranges just look so cool.
They do, but I think
Do I
like
set aside my coolness?
yeah, because I think the boss katana, like I think it's more capable, if you know what I'm saying, like to do different things. Like
I mean, it's
you
up
don't need a
here.
pedal and stuff. You know,
It's up here on most popular.
but the
Looking at
orange,
this boss katana, 50 MK2,
like
1
look at
by 12-inch 50-watt combo amp.
go ahead and look at the all the controls on these bad boys.
All right. Before I look at these controls, thank you guys for listening as always, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.